testing my audio. Hello, test, test, test. We should be on stream right now. I'm just double checking to make sure everything's good. If you're watching the VOD, you're in the pre-stream. This is the pre-stream. This is where the bonus features happen. And it sounds wonderful to me. So with that mic test out of the way, I will be back, everybody. And when I return, we are going to play some Marvin's Adventures and check out the Midnight Suns gameplay. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Hello and welcome to another Carrot Scraps YouTube stream. And by another, I mean the 6th. So, first things out of the way, my last YouTube stream, which was a while ago, apparently I said the wrong number, and I'm always afraid of doing that on my main channel, but I did it here, and I'm sorry. But this is another Carrot Scraps YouTube stream, and this is our 6th. And I appreciate everybody for stopping by. Juan, Minifoots, Alan, Juan again. Thank you all for stopping by. Good to have you here. Yes, we do have a lot to talk about, Juan. I hope you're all having a good day. I hope you're all having, I mean, it's September, right? It's September 1st. This is the day that a lot of us got the game early, Marvel's Avengers early. Now, if you're new to the channel, to Carrot Scraps, if you're new to me, or if you're watching the VOD back, this is my second YouTube channel. I have a main channel, just one word, Carrot Scraps, where I post my more edited and yo, don't dox me. My more edited and my more what would you like me to refer to you then? Mysterious person. My more edited and scripted content. I do a lot of videos. I try to post every Monday. What exactly? You're new here. Well, welcome. Good to see you. What would you like me to call you? What is a carrot scrap? It's my name. It's me. I am a carrot scrap. Or a carrot boy, depending on who you are. Oh, I can call you Bravo. I see. That name is more familiar to me. So yeah, this is my second channel. This is where I try to stream. I don't want to flood my main channel with streams, so I decided to use this channel to stream when I'm not on Twitch. Today we are going to be talking about the Midnight Suns gameplay reveal, which I'm very, very excited about. I'm a big fan of tactical RPGs, although I don't know if it's a tactical. I guess I don't know exactly what it is. You know what I mean? But I am curious about what it will be. I've been following like the news of it. From the hints that I've heard of what it might be, I'm also cool with it. But I don't know. I am curious. I'm not sure. Yo, what's up, Duck? Midnight Homies. That's an X-Men alternative name. The X they or the X homies. The Midnight they. So yeah, we're gonna be reacting to that in just a little bit. I wanted to do one drop zone really quickly before we hop into anything. So I hope everybody's having a good day. Couple things right off the dome. First of all, I found my freaking keys. Yo, that nameplate is awesome. Where did they get this nameplate? I've never seen this Hawkeye nameplate. I found my keys. Been looking for these for a minute. Today we were moving stuff around and cleaning stuff, and I finally found my freaking keys. My Alicia keys. It has, of course, the Mjolnir that you got from the kind of collector's edition, the Earth's Mightiest edition of Marvin's Adventures. I honestly wanted it more for that than I did anything else. I just wanted my Mjolnir back. Oh, I forgot we're playing as Green Thor. But we will stay playing as Green Thor. So yeah, we're just gonna, so yeah, first of all, we got the keys, which is literally the most important thing. I've been looking for that for months. I went, you know, I went camping, and I came back home, and I couldn't even get into my house. I had to wait for my lovely fiance to open the door. Not that that's a bad thing, just that, like, it made bringing things into the house difficult, you know? Then, it's September 1st, which not only is the anniversary of Thor... Don't even start with me, Duck. Thor Lantern. There are so many green ideas you can have with Green Avengers. It's September 1st, which means it's closer to Halloween than it was yesterday. And in our house, that means that, you know, we're basically just ready for Halloween. And so we decorated today. I took out the decorations. Me and my fiance put on the Nightmare Before Christmas, the Nightmare Before Elm Street. You could kind of say that it's a nightmare on Elm Street or before Elm Street, like, because it's happening right in front of it. We watched Nightmare Before Christmas, as we always do, and then followed it up with, after decorating, we followed it up with Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, the animated film from the 90s. one of my favorite cartoons, one of my favorite animated films, and probably my favorite Scooby-Doo thing ever. And so that was really cool. Definitely sillier than I remember it being. I mean, I see it all the time. But, you know, when you're showing, like, I was showing my fiance it for the first time, like, come on, this has got to be cool. And if it's too goofy, I'm like, no, I'm cool with Goofy, but sometimes I'm worried she's not going to be cool with Goofy. But she ended up liking it a lot. I think, you know, I'm not a big fan of the live-action movie. She really likes the live-action one. The live-action one is too goofy for me. So maybe there's some other quality about it that she likes that I do not. But we watched the animated film. I think it's really good. I think it's better than a lot of other Scooby-Doo stuff. And I highly recommend it. There's my inadvertent catchphrase. Accidentally highly recommending cartoons and comics to people. This week's been a massive bummer. Watched Blade 1 and 2 earlier, and it was like it was 2005 all over again. Made my day. That's awesome. I haven't... Okay, so I've watched Blade 1 a couple times. I rewatched it recently. My fiance's favorite films. The Matrix, Blade, films like that. You know, 90s films with that, you know, leather trench coat vibe. Those are like her favorite movies ever. Those like define her as a human being. And so we watched Blade recently. We watched it a couple months ago. Why am I frozen? Oh, okay. I thought it was the mission where we had to go back. So we watched it a couple months ago. It's better than... I think I said this in my Midnight Suns video on my main channel. Which, as a reminder, is carrot scraps. One word. I recommended it because I was like, yo, if you think this movie was good, it's way better than good. Like, it's such a good movie. And talk about a great, like, reinvention of a character. This is why I'm always open to new interpretations of characters. Because, Lord, that spin on Blade is so refreshing for the character and so iconic. Like, really, really fantastic stuff. So, I really loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was fantastic. And I highly recommend you watch it. But I haven't watched Blade 2 or Blade 3, and I know people don't like Blade 3. But I wanna see it for myself. I wanna know. I wanna know for me. You know me. Like, I just finished watching all the Scream movies. I watched all the Saw films recently. Like, I want to watch it for myself. You know what I mean? I want to decide for myself whether it's not good or, you know, okay. So we're gonna switch over here. That was our opening mission. And now we're gonna get into Midnight Suns. So just allow me to switch things up. Let's center this just a little bit. There we go. Has anybody in chat watched it yet? Out of curiosity. Okay. Blade literally took the character and threw everything out the window. For real. Green Jacket? Too bad. It's 2005. If the Blade trilogy is the Godfather trilogy, Blade 2 is the Godfather 2 director's cut. Oh. I have consumed it. An interesting analogy. I gotta watch. We were watching Blade 2. Or no, we were watching Blade, and I was like, we gotta watch Blade 2. Because she always wants to watch just one movie. And I'm like, no, we gotta watch the whole thing, because I'm obnoxious. But we were watching, what's it called? Underworld. We watched Underworld 1. A pretty good movie. Not as good as Blade, but pretty good. Pretty awesome. And we watched Underworld 2, and that kind of killed the momentum on our rewatch. I really want to watch it, but she doesn't want to watch 3. And then Terminator was the same thing. We got to Terminator 1 and 2, and we were like, those are the best movies we've ever seen. What? Then we watched 3, and it was funny. And then we watched 4, and it's not a good movie, but I liked it definitely more than she did. And now we just need to watch 5 and 6. I was watching the Sarah Connor Chronicles for a little while, and that's pretty good. It's okay. Pretty good. That's an exaggeration. Pretty good there is an exaggeration. It's okay. It's a little goofy. but I enjoy it. You know, looking at this image to start the commentary off, let's press play. I kind of am worried that they're gonna play copyrighted music. Does anybody know if there's copyrighted music here? Also, how does the stream look? On my end, it looks really pixelated. So let me know how it looks if you don't mind. If not, that's okay. So yeah, I want to be careful with the copyrighted music. I know there was copyrighted music in the original trailer. I mentioned in my Midnight Suns video that, you know, this skin, it's weird seeing Iron Man look like this after playing so much Marvin's Adventures. But this look for Iron Man reminds me a lot of his Marvel Now run, which also kind of dabbles in the supernatural more than other stuff. Is he clipping into his armor here? Or is that just a bicep pressing up against? I love the new character, Hunter. I think she's really cool. Blade has a pretty cool design. I kind of want to talk about the armor and, like, the runes. Like, is this gifted to them? Bravo says, looks fine. Nice, good. I'm glad. Thank you for the feedback. If Marvel's Moons has copyrighted music, then they just freestyle over it as if it's a normal Twitch stream. Got it. Yeah, exactly. I'll just sing. Whoa. All right, everybody. Let's get ready to watch this together. The marble.
Now our nightmares have come for us, and she must awaken.
There you go. Immediately. I got claimed the other day, or I got oh yeah, my book club video. We put out a book club video.
Change in your neighborhood. Who are you gonna call?
Well, I had the book club video that I did got claimed for whatever reason. Or no, it wasn't for whatever reason. I tried using a song from the Batman Arkham series, and they were like, nope. And I had to re-edit it and put it back up. Hey, how's the Midnight People? The Midnight People are okay. We're about to learn all about them. So welcome to Darko. Good to see you. You can mute this dude too if you want. Oh no, come on. We got to hear the enthusiasm. All right, we're muting. There's
something strange in your neighborhood. Who are you gonna call? Marvel's Midnight Suns. What's up, everybody?
So it is definitively. Then now the pausing begins. It is definitively Marvel's Midnight Suns. I wasn't sure if it was going to be Marvel Midnight Suns or just Midnight Suns, but it is Marvel's Midnight Suns, which is always kind of interesting when they throw in the Marvel there, because like for Avengers, right? Marvel's Avengers. You don't know what you're. If you just say Avengers in the community, you know. But if you're telling somebody else about it, it's difficult to get it across unless you really put the Marvel in front of it. I feel like Midnight Suns. They could have just done Midnight Suns, maybe. But that's another Ghost Rider. I mean, a Ghostbusters joke in a second Marvel video game product. All the European-esque runes make me hope Black Knight is in the game. That would be awesome. You can make a more medieval looking design for him. Marvel's Nighttime Children. Nighttime Children's a good one. Maybe he could be in the game as a villain. You know what I mean? That could be kind of cool.
My name is Joshua Yale, and yes, I know that wasn't the answer you were expecting, unless you've seen the big reveal of Marvel's new turn-based RPG game from Firaxis and 2K Games. The upcoming game features Earth's mightiest heroes teaming up with Earth's spookiest heroes to take on the supernatural forces of evil. But what you may have not seen is actual gameplay of Midnight Suns, and that's what we've got for you right here on IGN. So we've got a...
Whoa. That walking animation looked a lot like Avengers.
Suns, and that's what we've got for you right here on IGN. So
it looks so much like Avengers. It reminds me so much of it. I know they're probably going to show this in greater detail, but interesting stuff.
We've got a trailer.
There's our guy Strange.
Showing off the
okay. How does chat feel about the game being a card game? You know, I know people are already on the fence about it being a turn-based RPG, a tactical RPG, whatever. But what do we think about the card game? I personally really love card game stuff. One of my favorite Bleach games, Bleach the anime, is the DS game, which is a fighting game with card game mechanics in it. So with the top screen, you're just playing a normal fighting game, and you can equip a deck of cards to your character and use them for certain buffs and nerfs and debuffs, whatever. And I've always loved that. I also, the only Kingdom Hearts game I've ever played. It was a Chain of Memories, and I loved the card game mechanics in that. And I just like card games in general. I'm a big fan of like physical card games. I have a lot of deck builders. I have a lot of TCGs and stuff like that. So I'm definitely curious, and my interest is piqued. I like Quick Strike, and then it just says quick. What does that mean? Midnight Suns is actually an Avengers update. Oh yeah, exactly. It's coming to Marvin's Adventures. I feel bad about it being a card game. I totally understand. Pretty queasy. I totally understand. It's not for everybody. It makes me, again, I'm all down though. Like, I'm down for them to try new stuff, but it does make me wonder, why they didn't go for a safer bet. I'm glad they didn't, because obviously it hits me like personally, but then also I like to see these games kind of take chances. I mean, hey, I'm not a fan. I'm pretty sure, Bravo, you're a big fan of what's it called? Live service games, right? You like live service, you like looter games. I am not into live service or looter games, or at least looters. I feel like you're into looters. And so I took a chance, trying Avengers, just because it was a Marvel thing, and I ended up really liking it. So I'm kind of excited for this. It's like the reverse for me. Okay.
First gameplay footage of
Knockback, apply 1 vulnerable. And 78, huh? XCOM S Combat was a tough sell to begin with for a superhero game. Adding cards on top of that makes me even more skeptical, for sure. It's interesting seeing them go so broad with their range. I definitely understand it being difficult for like superhero fans. You know what I mean? I totally got that.
And an in-depth breakdown from the developers on how.
So the book's back here. I don't know if this is the recent Spirits of Vengeance, but the rest of it is all recent stuff, like Doctor Strange, all this Doctor Strange stuff, which is funny because I was actually going to suggest this stuff, but I'm not a big fan of these books. So even though I thought maybe this might be a good primer, I didn't necessarily want to recommend them because I'm not the biggest fan. But it's like the death of the death of magic. Yo, Alkheim, welcome to the stream. How you doing today? How do you feel about Midnight Suns, and what do you think of them being a card game? Card games on motorcycles. But it's interesting that they're pulling from the kind of all new, all different era. It's a little bit further. I think it's called like Shattered or whatever it was. But I'm curious which Spirits of Vengeance this is. I can't tell. I assume that it's from the same era as the rest of it.
The game mechanics work. So let's get to it with the gameplay reveal trailer for Marvel's Midnight Suns.
Killer shirt. They call it Midnight Suns for a reason, Carrot.
Was I in that crypt?
Oh. Gotcha. Stop playing copyrighted music.
No more than a few centuries. Centuries? And what of Lilith? Fallen by your hand. Until now. You were missed.
Whatever caretaker put you through back in the day did a real number on you.
I know.
We got a lot of work to do.
I know. Oh. Let's look at those costumes. Well, we can kind of look at hers really quickly. A creepy creature. All right, we didn't really get to see it, but it looks very similar to recent Captain Marvel attire. Reminds me of her Marvel vs. Capcom outfit with different hair, you know? Are they accurate? Oh yeah, this is accurate, finally. I like the different look for Blade here. I feel like he's got more, I know it's subtle, but like I feel like he's got more like kind of bulletproof like plating kind of. I like the red accents, like the way the beard looks. All right, these homies. What do we think? Very angry. Oh, you know, it's funny because his I think Steve looks very funny over here, but his mask looks his armor looks very different than the one that's in the thumbnail, you know? Because the one from the thumbnail reminds me a lot of the film, reminds me a lot of the Marvel Now series. Is Cap on painkillers or something? He does look like he's like very like, oh man, I just woke up.
Of course. Caretaker has
Love magic.
the midnight suns.
She looks so cool. Ooh, flaming claws.
You're a midnight
Oh, look at this. That looks so cool.
sun now. One of us.
There it is, Marvel's Avengers. I wanted to see this. Life Steal, heroic. All right, so we have skill, attack, and heroic. I guess these are 3 different types of cards, I assume. The only reason I hesitate is because these look fairly similar. Huh. If I had to guess, I know they're about to tell us, right? So why do I even bother guessing? Loving the Hunter's Monica cosplay. It does look a lot like Monica. The question is, who's cooler? New outpost. How come you're live on YouTube instead of Twitch today? Hey, Barrow, welcome to the stream. There's a current, I don't know what to call it, and I guess it's a boycott of Twitch currently. A lot of content creators are not streaming on Twitch because there really aren't enough tools to kind of stop the hate raids and the kind of stigma and kind of racist and sexist stuff that's been going on the platform, and it's made it kind of dangerous for a lot of people to stream. And so I've known a lot of people who've been affected by it. I've almost been affected by it a couple of times, and so yeah, it's kind of I suppose it's kind of like a walkout. Although I want to kind of give lip service to this. You know, I obviously I didn't stream today on Twitch for that reason. Because I'm in solidarity with it, and I think Twitch does need to do something to help with this. You know, whether it's changing the way that offline mode is, whether it's changing the way the raid system works. It might not be convenient, but you know, to make sure people don't get like their accounts like reported for no fault of their own, or you know, aren't put in a situation where they're being attacked by their viewers. Like, I think they should do something. But that being said, I've seen a lot of people put point the idea that, you know, essentially this is letting hate streamers win by you know, having all these people leave the platform. And so there are several people who have decided to stream anyway today in the Avengers community on Twitch. And I think it's an interesting idea. And honestly, if I had thought about it a little bit longer, maybe I would have streamed on Twitch anyway, because I do like the sentiment. But at the same time, you know, I love Twitch, and I've loved being on Twitch, and I love the platform and the people. But I think it does say something if a lot of their content creators, obviously not all, but a lot of their content creators stream with the competition on YouTube instead of with them. So it's definitely both sides of that, like in terms of what you can do are interesting. But that's why I'm not streaming on Twitch today. But we're streaming nonetheless. And I for a while I wanted to stream on YouTube more. For a while, I wanted to do one YouTube stream a week, and it just got ahead of me for whatever reason. But if you want, we could do that more. I don't know. It kind of spreads me into different places, but I thought it would be an interesting idea. But anyway, let's continue. So I was saying, heroic. I feel like this is a specific attack for a character. It could be a special attack, could work the same way with Marvel's Avengers. It just attack quick, whatever. This works for any character, I would assume. Like, any character can attack, and it just has a blade flavor. And then heal, obviously, like, it's a skill card. Like, these are more like you know, mage style moves, like status style things. Love the look of the game. Ooh. I know the others still harbor a great deal of resentment towards me. So you simply gave up on her. You made the right choice. I don't envy your position. I love this kind of stuff. Also, look at the guns. Look at her guns. She's got muscles, I assume. I think, right? That's pretty cool. And she's got a choker on, doesn't she? Pretty cool attire. And what is this? A cheese platter? We got cheese? Biceps. This is the stuff I love. I love this kind of stuff. It's the reason why I like Fallout. It's the reason why I was excited for Cyberpunk. This is very interesting. Was Wanda so different from me as a child? Was it easy to send her away? Wanda, how interesting. How interesting that we mentioned Wanda. I didn't have a choice. Wanda's powers were beyond even her own control, and this time I have no Agatha to help me, as I had with you. Interesting.
Let's go.
All right. So this is interesting. I don't see like a grid system, but obviously these characters are locked in place. And what do we have at the bottom? We have 3 card plays. So kind of like a... I mean, I assume either based on the character... or which we are controlling Wolverine, so that's cool. But we either have, based on the character, a card play maybe, their health at the bottom left, and then you have your hand, which is like a literal hand of cards that you would draw at the start of every turn, which I think is very, very interesting. He used Bub. Oh, what was that? It looks like he's gonna get knocked back. Sorry, I want to look back and see. See, so he has 2 card plays, but it looks like there's a possible 3. I wonder if it's because it's strange, you know? And there's Blade. They're all facing different directions. I wonder if there's going to be a grid. Apply Banish to an enemy or ally. So the heroic cards do seem to be specific to the character. Whereas, like, look, she has a quick attack card for Blade. No grid, just ranges. Ah, I see. I have a feeling a lot of people aren't gonna like this game. Yeah, it's very, very different. It's different for the genre, like the subgenre of superheroes, you know. So I totally get it. But it looks exciting to me. Oh no, she gets possessed, everybody. That's awesome. That's the end of the game. They had Mohawk. They had Mohawk Carol, which she kind of does when her mask comes up.
Back. And now that you've had the appetizer, it's time for the main course. And we are serving up a 6-minute gameplay explainer from the Firaxis team to walk you through Midnight Suns tactical RPG gameplay in much greater detail. This won't just be Marvel's XCOM, my friends. Feast your eyes on this.
Strange is really doing stuff over here.
Gaming's greatest strategy and tactics experts have teamed up with the world's greatest storytellers to create a new AAA experience unlike anything before it. Welcome to Marvel's Midnight Suns. This new tactical RPG from Firaxis is set in the darker side of the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
Packed with a deep...
Ooh. These little creatures. Reminds me so much of Wasteland 2, only like I like the lighting a little bit better.
Customizable tactical battle system that rewards clever thinking with superhero flair. An epic, supernatural story that brings you face to face against the demonic forces of the underworld. A deep role-playing experience where you get to live among Marvel legends and the first customizable original hero from the Marvel Universe. As darkness falls, rise up with the Midnight Suns and face off against an ancient prophecy, foretelling the end of the world. After centuries of sleep,
Do you think we're gonna get a character reveal in this trailer? I mean, I guess we kind of got Wanda, but we don't know that for sure. Is it just me, or does Wolverine's brown suit look just like the gold one? Those are some heckin' creatures right there. Let me tell you. What you're talking about his suit in this game? Yeah, I guess they do look kind of similar.
Lilith, mother of demons, has been revived by Hydra through a twist of dark magic and science.
We got Hydra on deck. We've seen a lot of Hydra screenshots with the trailer or with the previous trailers, but to get the kind of confirmation that Hydra is going to be the aim of this game, you know what I mean? Like they're the main threat, I guess, outside of Lilith, like is interesting.
Lilith will stop at nothing to fulfill the prophecy of the Midnight Sun and bring back her evil master, Chthon. Alongside her is her army of Lilith, demonic forces who carry out her twisted will with fanatical devotion. Pushed to the brink by her return, the Avengers desperately revive a dark power of their own, the Hunter, a legendary hero, forsaken child of Lilith, and the only one known to have beaten Lilith before.
That's so awesome. Like, ugh, that's so cool. Like, look at her coming through, like she's like throwing her weight around. Like, it's such a dope shot of her right there where she's just like, whatever, I got 2 swords on my back. And then they're like, yeah, she's the only one who's bested Lilith. She's the only one who's jobbed Lilith. Like, that's pretty dope.
In Marvel's Midnight Suns.
All right, stat effects. You get the side passives. Binary. So I assume Carol's on the field. Is that Carol right there? Offensive increased by 100%. Removed when unit has no block. Dazed, unable to act. Removed if other characters take actions.
The player takes on the role of this new hero, who until
Awesome.
recently lay peacefully in a centuries-long sleep, tucked away in a quiet crypt on the grounds of the Abbey, the
Awesome.
secret headquarters of an organization known only as the Midnight Suns. For
Awesome.
the first time in any Marvel game, the Hunter is a customizable original superhero, allowing you to live out your very own Marvel adventure.
Hey, can we talk about how I love swords and the character we get to play as has a freaking sword? I hope we can just give her one. I don't want 2 swords at all times. I know that sounds like a silly complaint. Like, why wouldn't you want more swords? But, like, just give her one giant claymore. Those are some heckin' oh, wait, I read that. The Rise of the Midnight
But you won't
Suns.
be alone. Marvel's Midnight Suns features a legendary collection of heroes that span across the Marvel Universe, including the Avengers, X-Men, Runaways, and more. You'll see these heroes in a new light as you develop relations.
Whoa, look at her. She looks so cool. She looks like she's from freaking Skyrim. Lord of the Rings and stuff. Also, I love the way Strange looks in this game. Hunter Swords dislike her. I love the way Strange looks in this game. It's very refreshing to get a Strange that looks like this, in my opinion.
And strengthen your personal bonds
Look at how
outside
cool.
the field of battle. Every hero has a completely unique set of abilities, ranging from damage-dealing attacks to life-saving skills to epic game-changing finishers. There are tons.
Ooh. I'm trying to pinpoint. It looks like it's just a palette swap, but I feel like I recognize it. Chat reaction to the live was absolutely wacky. I'm kind of worried about it. That's why I wanted to full screen it, just in case. I imagine that people would have some wacky reactions, but I definitely like to watch it off stream. Accidentally immortalize somebody's redonkulous comment. Hey there, I'm back. Talking about Doctor Strange, I just watched the new episode of What If, and man, I'm so sad. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm excited to check it out.
Unique costumes to unlock, skills to upgrade, and heroic team-ups that unleash devastating combo moves.
Fight and
With
think
your
like a superhero.
squad picked, it's time to start fighting back the forces of Lilith. Combat in Marvel's Midnight Suns is a cinematic tactical affair that rewards clever thinking with superhero flair. The player controls a squad of 3 heroes and is dealt a random selection of hero abilities, like a hand of cards. These abilities offer a vast array of tactical choices that expand exponentially when combined with the battlefield itself. Shove, leap, and smash your way to victory using the environment to wreak havoc on your enemies. Send the bad guys face first into a wall, into each other, or just right over the edge. Victory requires a balance of smart tactical thinking and being able to read and react off the battlefield, as well as cultivating your friendships outside of combat and finding the right combinations of heroes and abilities.
So I wonder if like having a good recolor, I wonder if having a good like relationship with certain characters. I hope that it doesn't like. I guess I don't hope, but like I'm not as I don't know. I'm a big fan of Fire Emblem, right? I think it's interesting when you kind of strengthen those bonds. Maybe if you like unlock certain attacks because of your relationship to other heroes, that would be interesting. I don't know. I'm not against the idea of making them more powerful through those means, but I feel like not everybody necessarily wants to engage with that part of the game.
Battles rage across iconic Marvel locations like Avengers
They said it, Marvel locations.
Tower to Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum, from New York City rooftops to underground Hydra installations, from sun-bleached deserts to a hellscape dimension far beyond our own.
They said it. They said Marvel locations. Suddenly, this game is better than Marvin's Adventures. Like Among Us. Why is it saying anything about Among Us? Live among the Live among the legends. Compliment Blade to earn his slash attack? Yeah, exactly.
Done. The heroes return to the Abbey, a living hub that the player navigates in real time, experiencing for the first time in any Marvel game what it's like to not just fight alongside beloved Marvel heroes, but to live alongside them as well.
All right, I don't know about all this first time stuff, but okay.
The Abbey offers hours of rewarding exploration,
Ooh.
gameplay, and story for the player to enjoy.
I like that.
There's even a few lovable, if unique, pets.
I like
Get
that.
to know your favorite.
A few, by the way. Are these okay? Are these meant to be like not Young Avengers, but like are these the Runaways? Like we got Robbie, we got Ileana, we got Nico. Are these meant to be like their own Runaways or something? Marvel locations. I have a new Marvel game. Community. Goodbye, everybody. Oh, so Darko, you're sold on this already. I think it looks awesome. I totally understand why it's not for everybody. I feel like I don't need to be explained, but like, I love it. I think it's awesome already.
Marvel heroes.
It hits on a lot of like personal stuff that I like, which is first of all, it's got characters that I love like Nico and Ileana. Second of all, I like the kind of socialization, like RPG stuff where you get to talk to people and like choose different pathways. And then on top of that, I like the RPG stuff and the card game mechanics. So it's kind of a perfect storm there.
Through careful conversation and shared time together through daily activities.
Whoa!
Stroll with Tony Stark on the outer grounds.
This is literally it's like a dating sim. This is very up my alley. This is like again, Fire, but I feel like they got to find a good balance for me anyway, because I love Fire Emblem Three Houses. If you don't know, basically, like you have your skirmishes, like in the early games, like you have these kind of like training battles where your army or your classroom will, kind of train by fighting other classes. And then after like a big event, it's all just like actual war. But in between every chapter, you kind of have these opportunities to go to the grounds of the school and communicate with everybody, strengthen bonds, learn stuff like that, go on tea breaks, like drink tea with people. So like you kind of gain this like respect for the characters, or you learn to like because in Fire Emblem, presumably like your characters permanently die. So if you have tea with somebody, not only does it have like statistical advantages or whatever, but you as an individual are like, oh no, I like went on a walk with Tony Stark. How dare they kill him? Something like that. You know what I mean? So I really like that kind of stuff. I want to grill with Cap. I hope if they do that, then you're gonna get all the props because that would be awesome. Hello, Avenger. That's just my Thor voice. Hello, Avenger. Would you like a hot dog or a hamburger? Do you need vegan options? This apron's just a joke. You don't have to kiss the cook. Do I get to play catch with Captain America? I hope so. This shot alone looks like an eHarmony commercial. Go on walks with Tony Stark. I wasn't liking it, but Marvel location. Oh, got it. Marvel locations. They got you. That's the hook. Here on YouTube, my full name is complete. Oh, yes. Your full name is fully realized. Fully realized. Oh wait, did we lose entropy? How about friction? What's next? Do light waves gain mass? So my wonder is it actually going to be?
Daily activities.
Is it going to be an actual like thing that you do? Where like maybe if you go on a walk, you can have like a dialogue tree with Tony Stark, or is it just going to be a cutscene where it's just like Tony talks, like does like 3 things where he's like, this, that, and the third, and then it fades out? Because that is something that I've seen in games like this. Yo, they got Marvel locations in this? Yeah, didn't you hear? They have New York City, the greatest Marvel location of them all. Cap's the kind of guy who makes vegan burgers anyway, even though none of his friends are vegans, just to be nice, just in case. What if somebody shows up and he needs to have like options? Literally no one's vegan and he's like, I made a vegan hamburger.
Tony Stark on the Abbey grounds, or practice meditative yoga.
Yeah, it looks like it's kind of a cutscene. I don't know.
Go with magic. The choice is yours, but choose wisely, because every hero has their own preferences. Developing deep friendships
I love it.
can unlock powerful rewards.
There we go. There we go. Sheesh. Marvel locations, 10 out of 10. You mean 20 out of 20. You do get perks from socializing.
And in the Abbey.
Oh, you can train.
Use the spoils of battle to earn new abilities for your heroes down in the forge.
It's kind of cool that you can forge cards and abilities. Sheesh.
Upgrade current hero abilities out.
Look at that sword. Look at that sword. That's a cool sword, if I do say so myself. Magic doing yoga? She obviously doesn't read Vice.com articles.
Guard under Blade's watchful eye. Find new hero ops and missions in the war room with Captain Marvel.
They have a war room, everybody.
And much, much more. When ready, it's time to choose a new mission. Choose your squad of heroes.
So it's teams of 3, which I think is very interesting. And I wonder, like, so like they're kind of focusing on, like, you know, you get to customize your own character for the first time, you know, stuff like that. I wonder how required she is. Like, how often do you have to use her? Like, could you just avoid using her the whole game? You know what I mean? Or can you just build like Marvel teams without that character?
Turn to battle. The enemy may grow more powerful with every fight, but the hunter and the heroes will rise in power to meet them, because that's what true heroes do.
No Hulk. No Hulk in this game. I think it looks cool. I think it looks really cool. I understand the hesitance. Don't get me wrong. But I
Nice
think
job
it looks
out there,
cool.
Kid. I
Oop.
mean, I didn't get Hydra bombed until my 10th run with the Avengers.
Kid, you do know that I'm a good 3 centuries older than you, right?
Whoa, did you
A good 3 centuries. She has kind of a I don't know, a Dracula voice. Is that not nice to say? Teams of 3 in a Marvel game. Wait, I haven't seen teams of 3 in a Marvel game. Yeah, never any Marvel game. I'm not actually asking. I'm affirming, but thank you. Oh, okay.
see that?
Seen teams of 3 since Thor got stuck under the map at Avengers.
Combat mechanics
I got stuck in the map in Avengers the other day. Yesterday.
around cards. Good thing I don't go anywhere without my trusty dual disc.
Whoa. Are they allowed to make that joke? Do they make Yu-Gi-Oh games? Party foul. Somebody send a cease and desist. No, I'm kidding. That's pretty dope, though. I don't have a dual disc. I want a dual disc.
The combat mechanics revolve around cards. Good thing I don't go anywhere without my trusty dual disc.
Are you allowed to make... Did that clear? This is so funny, though. This is definitely just something that they own. Like, look at this. They didn't send the... Unless 2K, like, is making Yu-Gi-Oh video games.
Except the airport. This thing does not make it through security. So you probably want to know just how the card system works, and you're probably itching to know all the ways you can customize your main story character, the Hunter. So
TOS.
sit back, relax, and enjoy this segment where the Firaxis developers talk more about the dark sorcery behind it all.
Nice.
Marvel Midnight Suns from the team of Firaxis will have favorites like Wolverine, Blade, Magix, and Captain Marvel fighting back.
Was there's just one Red Bull chilling in front of this person? I guess I have a Gatorade next to me. I know when to talk.
With some
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, no. This is probably a microaggression, but Demons of the Underworld? Switch around the E and the A? Huh? I can't help it. It's my dyslexia. It switches around the letters.
help from Doctor Strange and an all-new original.
Yo, Hero Mentor. Welcome to the stream. How you doing, buddy? How's your day going? And happy 1-year anniversary for early access of Marvin's Adventures.
Customizable hero, the Hunter.
The Hunter.
Firaxis director Jake Solomon has joined.
Hi. I'm in the middle of something. My fiance just came in here and asked, what if we get married on April Fool's Day? Then we wouldn't get married on April Fool's 2nd. That's what would happen.
I kind of like the day.
What, the 1st of April?
April Fool's Day, I think it's also funny.
Oh, you think it's funny? I think a lot of people agree with you. Producer, ladies and gentlemen. NX fan, welcome to the stream. Obviously, Konami makes Yu-Gi-Oh games. Also, hello, welcome.
I know, we can talk about this later, but I was just thinking about it.
I appreciate it. She wants to get married on April Fool's Day. What does chat think?
You gotta know what they say.
If they even say anything.
Oh,
That dude looks like he sells timeshares in Florida a little bit. Happy anniversary. I love you. Hey, I love you too. Thank you. I appreciate the love. I think you're gonna have to wait for. Oh, the producer's the freaking best. But do you think we should get married on April Fool's Day, Juan? Juan thinks that you're the best. All right, we're getting into this. Don't go away, producer. She has to sleep. She sleeps in the daytime. She sleeps in the daytime. You're feeling better today, broski? Oh, absolutely. I'm feeling much better today. Although, wait, the producer. That's like the Suicide Squad. I tweeted at. There's an account on Twitter that has like a very similar layout to Avengers, where they have the same profile picture. And every now and again, I'll see one of their tweets and respond to it, thinking that it's a Marvel's Avengers tweet. And I did that again today. And I just was like, "Are you kidding me? Like this always happens to me. Like talking to them as if they're the developers." And so I'm a smidge anxious about that, but I'm over it now because she is a goddess. Great to hear. Good. I'm glad. The Hunter for Marvel's Avengers. She's a basic feature. Exactly. We've been asking for her for a while. I don't think you're getting your April Fool's thing. Yeah. All right. Thanks for stopping by. She's upset. Today is your birthday, Carrot. Happy. It's not my birthday. It's Avengers' birthday. The birthday of the Avengers. Good night. April Fool's Day wedding. It could happen. I'm down. I don't know if I'm ready to make that decision right now.
So you say so?
I'm just saying. I'm saying I don't know if I'm ready to make that decision right now midstream.
Today to tell us a few more.
Maybe we could get married on, I don't know. What's another bad day? Never mind. There's a lot of other bad days we could choose.
Details about this new tactical RPG. Jake, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you very much for having me. I can't believe I'm actually talking about this game to somebody. So yes, sorry if I'm a little fired up right now.
No, fired up is good. We like fired up. There's
Marvel Early Access birthday. Imagine being married on April Fool's. That's what she wants.
probably no bigger property in the world today than Marvel. No pressure. How'd you come to work on such a big universe as the Marvel universe?
He's like, I discovered it in the forest. I was walking around geocaching, and there was like a strange wooden box, and I heard it first. It was like voices, and I was led to it by these like internal voices, and it like started to rumble and shake, and I took an axe and broke the chains that tied it together, and when it opened, it was a contract from 2K, and it was like, would you like to make a game with us? We think we really admire your creative vision. And that's that's the story. Then you want your marriage to be a very trolled day. No, we'll figure it out. On this day, 1 year ago, Marvin was born. Oh, Marvin! Happy birthday, Marvin. No, really, no pressure. The bar's been set pretty low. Jeez.
I mean, it was... So this is like a dream project for me and a lot of members of the team, but it wasn't something that we had really thought about. It was actually Marvel that approached us because they were fans of XCOM, which is the game we were doing before. And sometimes you hear that, and you don't know whether they, people say, oh yeah, I loved XCOM. But the first call I had with the Marvel team, they had like an executive vice president on the call, and he had very specific feedback for me about like the finale mission of XCOM, and once we were chiming in, so they were true fans, which was awesome.
I think if I really do like want to make a guess about like the diversity of gameplay in the recent games, I think. Because Marvel had said a couple years ago, I forget in what environment, but basically they put out a press statement that was like, we see that video games are, a huge medium, and we want the Marvel video games to be just as big as the movies, because video games make a lot of money and they're very popular. And I think if I had to guess why they're doing such different stuff, it's because they're like, we have Spider-Man, that's very similar to Arkham. Let's branch out. And with each new game, we're going to try a completely different style of gameplay. And so you get a looter superhero game. You get a tactical card game, like very different types of games. Kind of spread that net out wide. 1 year old and already going on countless adventures. I like that. I know regular boring story about people signed contracts with 2K. Yeah, exactly. Professor Weird and the Gassed Surfer are my favorite nighttime gang. Marvel Kart when? Oh my gosh, that would be just turn Marvel into the next Nintendo. I'd be excited about that. I'd be the only one though. And we got the Guardians game. Yes, also the Guardians game. Again, like I feel like every new Marvel game recently has had like a gameplay twist that people have been like, but like again, those kinds of risks I think reap big rewards, I think.
So we knew that we were going to partner our gameplay expertise with their amazing narrative, so it felt like a match made in heaven.
So the game shares a name with the 90s comic series. Can you speak to the connections
between
your game and the source material?
Yes, they're deep. So that is my favorite comic book event from when I was reading comic books as a kid. So yeah, the Rise of the Midnight Suns, it's this awesome early 90s like hair metal style supernatural event. It's probably the premier supernatural event in the Marvel comics, and it was something I grew up loving. It pulled together all the supernatural characters and had them fight this giant threat, which is Lilith, the mother of demons. And so we took that, like from the very beginning, when we started working with Marvel, we knew that was the story we wanted.
Wait a minute, Ghost Racers video game adaptation? Oh my gosh, that would be awesome. Bravo. That'd be very cool. Spider Buggy for Marvel Kart. Oh, Johnny Blaze with guns, get it away from me. Ugh. Because to them, I'm not sure exactly what you mean. I'm assuming there's a variety, right? Like of Marvel games.
To a corner of the Marvel universe where we felt nobody else was at that moment, and it gave us our little space that we could tell our own story.
Love it.
And so yeah, it's a comic that I and my narrative director both loved, and it's amazing. I recommend people check it out.
Love it.
So you've gotten the chance to create your own.
Come on, we they say they're a fan of the original Midnight Suns. We gotta get Morbius in on this, right? I'm very curious to see what their Morbius design is gonna look like if they do it. I want Morbius, please. Maybe they. No, come on, give us Morbius.
Original customizable hero, the Hunter. Can you tell us about what was that like creating this character, and what are the Hunter's powers?
So this is one of those rare ideas that actually from the beginning when we were thinking about the design of this game, we always wanted to have a customizable character, something kind of new for the Marvel Universe, because we wanted the player to be able to put themselves into the game. A lot of this game is about not just fighting in combat, but also developing relationships with the heroes of your choice. The way you do that is by being the hunter. And so this hunter, they have a narrative connection because...
Oh, they're going to have such great moments where they're like, Hunter, instead of like calling you by like any kind of pronouns. Like it'll be like, Hunter knows what to do. The hunter knows what to do. Like that kind of thing. Like, what is it? Freelancer from, I don't know, Javelin in the World of Tomorrow. What's it called? Anthem? Like Freelancer. Could you check that out for us?
In our universe, they are actually the child of Lilith. But you can customize this character to look however you want.
Child of Lilith, what a Mary Sue.
And you can customize how they
Joking.
play in combat as well. And that means you can channel light powers, which are a little more support, a little more buff, a little more healing, or you can channel dark powers, which are a lot more destructive, but they incur a cost on the hunter and
Interesting.
allies.
I believe
Outrider.
connections at the Abbey in between missions. Go on a mission, come back to the Abbey, chat with your fellow heroes. Can you tell us what players can expect to do in their own mystical base?
Yes.
How did I call Anthem? What did I call it? Freelancer in the World of Tomorrow or something? Or Javelin in the World of Tomorrow? I think it was a Sky Captain reference.
So the Abbey.
And the granddaughter of Dracula.
It's an all-new location that we designed with Marvel, and this is where all the Midnight Suns come back after combat, just like you said.
I really like that neutral location. It looks awesome. It reminds me of horror movie I watched recently, but just the idea of you chilling at like a church, like that's pretty dope.
And so I think there's like two big fantasies. If you're a fan of Marvel, there's like two powerful fantasies. One is fighting in combat, having that epic, awesome Marvel combat. But the other fantasy is also seeing the heroes hanging out with each other, how they interact with each other. And so that's the other big fantasy we want to fulfill in the Abbey. So yeah, after you come back from missions, you can choose what hero you want to hang out with. And you could say, all right, Ghost Rider and I are going to play video games, or Doctor Strange
want to see that.
Meditate on the cliffs, or Tony Stark and I are going to go lift weights. And so the player has a lot of different activities to choose from, and it's not just hanging out at night. It's you can.
With that name, Anthem would have been way 10 times better. You know what's sad? Okay, I have a confession to make. So, I was not to be off topic, but you played State of Decay. I feel like you'd really dig it. I think I know it. Is that the motorcycle game? State of Decay. No, I have not. I've not played this game. Interesting. Looks to be like a zombie team shooter, maybe. Do you recommend it? You think I would enjoy it? I'd be down to check it out. And what was I just saying? Oh yeah, so Anthem. I have a confession. So I was working on an Anthem review video, and I still want to do it. But I'm gonna be honest. I kind of dropped it. I for a while I was playing it on my own, kind of recording my own gameplay, and then on top of that I was playing with my roommate. Her and I were playing on PlayStation, and I would set up my mic and my camera, set up her mic, and we would play together because I was like, it's a live service game. I want to review the live service aspect of it. She's a huge BioWare fan. She loves Massively Affected, and she even likes Andromeda. Like but she has like her criticisms of Andromeda, and a lot of them, come from the fact that like they diverted a lot of development time from Andromeda to Anthem, from what I understand. So we tried playing it together, and I had several hours of gameplay that I wanted to turn into a video. And recently, I was just like, I'm just gonna delete this. Like I don't need this, and I just got rid of it all. Which is I don't know. If I want to do a video on Anthem, I'll record more footage. I still have a script written. But I kind of put it way on the back burner to the point where it's not even around. Carrot, do you have every Panther comic in Avengers? No. My Avengers run, my app doesn't even have like a good counter on. I need to go through my books again. I have a lot of Black Panther comics. I have a lot of Avengers comics featuring Black Panther. Some of my favorite Black Panther stuff is in Avengers, the Jonathan Hickman run. Zombie game, top down community building survival RPG. Interesting. It reminds me of 7 Days to Die, I think. I tried playing that for a little bit. Never played Anthem, and honestly don't have a plan to anytime soon. Communities function like playable character rosters, different stats, backstories, skill, etc. There's permadeath. Really gets you invested in the community members you like to play as. Interesting. Well, maybe if it goes on sale, I'll check it out. Massively Affected, nice. I just can't say anything like a normal person. I don't know what's the matter with me.
Join clubs around the Abbey.
You can join clubs. I think there was a spark of potential in Anthem. Wish they would have gotten a chance to overhaul it. Yeah, it's very interesting. I really wanted to play it for myself. I saw little sparks, but I definitely didn't see what everybody was into. You know what I mean? Like, because there are people who like Anthem, and I you know, that's totally cool. But I don't think I found what they liked about it. I like the javelins. I like the way they move. I like the way they sound. I wasn't into the story. I kind of like the world. But the enemies and the way you interact with the world and the environment are a little empty. But aesthetically, the game is gorgeous. The javelins look good. I think that's the biggest thing, is aesthetics were great. But gameplay kind of left something to be desired in my eyes.
Talk to the heroes during the day, and all these things have an impact on your relationships with these heroes and how you sort of form these friendships. And of course, those friendships have huge benefits in combat gameplay as well.
Love it.
Are there any characters you can become more than friends with, or is this hangout time strictly professional?
I totally get why you're asking that. I think that, you know, in your mind...
Come on. Tell us there will be romantic options in this game. That'll literally convert the people who are like skeptical. They're like, "Oh, I can be in a relationship with Wolverine. Okay, I'm sold. Whatever. I can date Captain Marvel. All right, I'm in."
You can be whatever you want to be, but we are saying that you are just very, very, very close friends. Well.
Oh, very, very, very close friends. We just got friend zoned and we haven't even started playing the game yet. I meant in the game. Do you have the comics? No, I don't think I have all of them yet. Although I feel like I'm definitely missing comics. I've been playing a lot of Harm Room stuff, but yeah, no, I don't have them all yet. Maybe we could do some Harm Room stuff and see if we can grab some books or do a vault or something.
Okay, got it.
I want to date Captain Marvel. Literally, people would have been into it. Robbie Reyes is about to become a man. A man. I feel like that's a hint at something, maybe. But he said very, very close friends, which I assume means, what is it? There are certain like RPGs where like you can be like very, very close friends, but that's essentially like the highest romance option. You know what I mean? So it could just be a wording verbiage thing.
The heroes that you've revealed so far include some very well-known characters from the Avengers, the X-Men, and the Runaways. Can you share any details on what sort of your versions of these iconic characters are, how they differ or not from the more established portrayals that people might be familiar with?
Yeah.
They wear yellow in my version. In our version, they wear yellow and black.
That's important because some of these characters, as you said, Doug, they're really familiar. People know who Wolverine is. People know who Iron Man is, Doctor Strange. And that's okay for people to come into our story with that knowledge. But at the same time, this is an entirely new universe that we've created.
Yes. New universe. New universe. New universe. There we go.
And so we've kind of set up our own story. And so Tony Stark is still genius, billionaire inventor. But in our universe, he and Doctor Strange are being forced to work together, kind of this marrying tech to mystical, and they've got this very like at odds relationship.
Love it.
But we're also introducing a lot of new characters, so characters that players may not be as familiar with, and that's exciting for us. So characters like Magic, who's an awesome New Mutant and X-Men character. Nico from the Runaways, which you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
The new Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider. I don't know if I'm so old that like I don't know, do people know who Blade is anymore? Like who doesn't?
You know, I kind of was like that with Avengers, where I had said like I don't think a lot of people are going to ask for Blade for Avengers, and I was surprised people still love Blade. I thought I was kind of in the same boat where I was like, am I so old that like people don't know who Blade is anymore? No, people know who Blade is and they miss him, you know? If I can date Captain America, then this is objectively the best Marvel game ever. The guy seems exceedingly normal. For a game dev, XCOM makes more sense now. He seems like a nice guy. At odds, but they are awesome facial hair bros. Yeah, I forgot about that. Classic Bendis comic strip. I want Blade for Avengers. A lot of people do. I totally misidentified. Like, people really love Blade and would love Marvel. Blade and Marvin's Adventures. There we go. Now I said it correctly. The one thing I don't like about streaming on YouTube is I can't see how long I've been streaming for. Or if I can, it's like out of view. Where is this? Guess I'll just have to check an OBS.
No Blade, but maybe, I don't know, maybe there's some people who aren't as familiar with Blade. So for us, it's fun to have the established characters and pull them into this dark side of Marvel. Like, it's fun to see the characters you know and love and put them in this situation where you never see them fighting demons, all these supernatural threats.
Love it.
If people have forgotten about Blade, they're going to remember when the new Marvel Blade movie comes out.
I wonder if they have a creative consultant on this as well. I would like to hear who it is, because there are certain Marvel demon writers who have pit like the Avengers against like demonic creatures that I would love to see consulting on this game.
So your characters,
That's right.
You've already revealed some fan favorite characters. Is that roster going to continue to grow? Are you going to reveal more characters as we get closer to launch?
We're going to reveal one right now.
Yeah, we have 12 heroes in addition to the Hunter at launch. So we're going to definitely reveal more of those as we go on.
And one of them is revealed today.
Looks like the heroes that we've seen so far are wearing new costumes. They look great. Is there any sort of practical purpose to the costumes that you've designed here?
They're magic costumes.
Yes, so players are going to be able to unlock new costumes for their heroes, all of which unlock their ultimate ability, this legendary ability called their Midnight Suns ability, which for every hero is sort of battlefield changing.
That's cool.
They unlock passives through that as well, but all of those things are fueled, again, by your relationship with those heroes. So if you want them to develop, the strongest version of that character is one that the Hunter develops relationships with.
So since we're going to be dealing with more mystical elements, supernatural elements, how does someone like Wolverine compete against an enemy like that?
Well,
Flame
yes,
claws.
That's exactly it. And that's what's kind of fun, is saying exactly like Wolverine or Iron Man or Captain America. What is it like when they?
My money's on Wolverine. If we're doing like demons versus traditional Marvel superheroes, Wolverine could definitely take on a demon before Tony could. I mean, I'm not saying Tony can't. I'm just saying I feel like Wolverine could deal with a demon way quicker. And yes, they are bringing back Fire Claws, Duck.
Demons, and so that's where
it was in the trailer
they're kind
earlier.
of on their back foot when they meet this other team that is used to the supernatural, the original Midnight Suns. And so the idea is that the Hunter is there to kind of pull everybody together. Our Hunter is a legendary demon hunter in the Marvel Universe. And so it's up to the player to sort of lift everybody up and teach them how to face these supernatural threats.
This is literally like a Mary Sue scenario, and I say I say it as a joke, but it's funny because it is. Like, you get to play as this character who gets to like be a part of everybody's lives, and like, you know, it is the inspiration for everyone. But you know, it's obviously it's in a cool way. Like, it's cool that you get to do that and be a part of that. But I just think it's funny because it reminds me so much of like the Mary Sue trope.
Well, I'm very excited. I love your work on XCOM. I love the Marvel Universe. It seems like this is going to be chocolate and peanut butter together. Guys,
girls, and everybody in between, what is chocolate and peanut butter, and is it good? I'm allergic to most chocolate, so I haven't really had a lot of it. I love peanut butter, though. So please tell me.
Marvel Midnight Suns will be out in March 20.
Wait, I thought we were getting a card breakdown. I guess we kind of did.
22 across PC, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Thank you so much to Firaxis for joining us today. We can't wait to see more.
So you're telling me we not only get to customize our own Marvel hero with powers of light and dark, but we also get our own little demon dog pet thing? I'd sell my soul to play this game. Not that Doctor Strange would approve, but who asked him anyways? So that is all we have for you today, and now we are dying to know what you thought of the first gameplay for Marvel's Midnight Suns. Let us know in the comments. Once again, I am Joshua Yale. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll see you next time right here on IGN.
Oh, wait, are they doing another trailer? All right, I guess we'll do mute. So what did we think, everybody? That's a Reese's Cup. It is good. Interesting. I'm a big fan of Peanut Butter Captain Crunch. And a lot of people think like they will respond to me when I say that and be like, oh, or they'll see me eating it and they'll be like, oh, are those Reese's Puffs? And I'm like, no, I don't know. I love how chocolate has officially replaced jelly. Officially. Homie, I just had a PB&J like not 1 hour ago. I would love Blade, but not when it comes to variety right now. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. There's already a sword character in Avengers. Why not another sword user in Avengers? Are you against heroes that punch too? We got 5 of those. I guess that's true, but I think they probably want like a Super Saiyan or a Flyer, you know what I mean? Or a person with 6 arms, maybe. Goro for Avengers. you might actually pick it up. I'm excited as well. I really liked it. I thought it was pretty neat. Again, it does hit like some personal notes for me. Like I am into these kinds of games, so it's definitely it's an easier sell to someone like me, you know. But I am surprised. I will say that like I prefer grid tactical games. So that is kind of the thing that's pushing against me. There's something about like the loose nature of it. Like I need this kind of strictness of it, the kind of checkerboard to keep my head like in the game in terms of rule set. But I'm open to it because so many other things about it I like. You know what I mean? I love the character. I love the story. I love the cards. I love strategy games in general. All right, I will be right back, everybody. I'm going to grab some water really quick, and then when I return, we're going to continue talking about Midnight Suns, and we're going to play some Avengers. So let me know what you think of the trailer, and I will be right back. What do you think of the game? And I'll be right back. All right, everybody. I don't think we need this on screen. I think we can jump back into the gameplay. Was I wearing... Oh, I didn't even realize I was wearing that that skin. I'll probably buy it. I don't think it'll be bad. Gonna give XCOM 2 another try beforehand. I wish I was something... I wish it was something else for sure. I get that. Very meh on the original main character. I play Marvin's games for heroes, for sure. That is kind of an interesting take. I think a lot of people are of that mind where it's like, you know, I don't want an original character. I want a Marvel hero. Regardless of success of the game, we won't get a roster like this for a long time, so it burns me out that it's this. I get what you mean. I get it. Again, like, yeah, I can't argue with the genre choice. You know what I mean? That, like, I know a lot of Marvel fans aren't necessarily going to dig it because of the genre choice. All right, where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? Let's do an Elite Hive, shall we? Well, every hero was an original character at some point. That is a very, you know, a very nice point, Juan. I like that. I like that that little reminder, because that is true. But yeah, I think the biggest worry for a lot of people is just the genre of the game. And it is. It's a hard sell, but I do want variety. You know what I mean? What would people want the game to be, out of curiosity? Like, if you could pick a different genre for it, would you want it to just kind of be a brawler, like a lot of other superhero games? Or would you want it to be some other genre? Let me...
Entry terminal on your HUD.
I don't think Hunter is a character that's really going anywhere, but they're not supposed to be. They're literally just Commander from XCOM. Yeah, it's a player character. It's who you are. Your avatar, so to speak. Your self-insert. You know what I mean? Which other types of games do you want from superhero games? That's what I'm asking. What would you like to see, Juan? I'm a brawler person. Fair enough. I think a lot of people are, and I understand why. I get that. But I like to see them expand. You know, I would like to see, like, I mention this all the time, but like a Blade or a Punisher. I say Punisher always. Kart racing. Got it. I mean, I wouldn't be against it. A Punisher FPS, right? Like a first-person shooter that's Punisher. But you could also do, you know, a Jason Todd FPS. You could also do a Blade FPS. Like, you could do first-person shooter with other types of characters. I mean, heck, you could do a Doctor Strange one and get real freaky with it, you know? Like a Doom Wad from the 90s. Like, come on. I would like it to be a live service. Looter Brawler with a rough start. No, I don't know. I like that. That's a good answer. That's what I want, too. Who wants this? But yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to really say about it. I'm excited. I mean, I like everything I see. That's kind of what it is. I'm a little nervous about being into the kind of gridless system. I prefer my strategy games to have a grid. It'd be awesome if I could add one myself. That would be really wonderful. I love the card system. I think that's really cool. I like the strategy that allows for. I love the new character. I love the team that they have, and I like the kind of common area. You know what I mean? I like the area for people to hang out. You know what I mean? I am curious about those sequences and how much you actually get to do with them. You know what I mean? Will it be a quick cutscene that's like, you know, do you want to go on a walk with Doctor Strange? Yes, I do. And then it's like a quick cutscene, and he's like, you know, I never went to Minneapolis. And then it'll cut back. That's literally how it works in a lot of these games, where, like, you know, you go have coffee with Captain America. It fades out, and then it fades back in, and it's just like a still freeze frame, or it's like them kind of looping animations in the same position, and then it'll like say something at the bottom, like you know, being unfrozen is very strange for me, but I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. And then it'll show a little thing at the bottom, play a little sound that's like, you know, your inspiration with them has lifted. I'm so happy that there's no microtransactions. Actually, there is, but not pay to win. Yeah, from what I heard, there are going to be microtransactions. Do you play D&D with a grid? That's a good point. So to answer the question, yes, but also no. We have a mat that we put out, and I guess we don't do it as strictly as you would with like Fire Emblem, but it's more for spatial awareness. You know what I mean? And I do have like measurement systems for them. But the other thing is that, like, I guess I don't technically play D&D. I'm the DM for the most part. You know what I mean? I've only played D&D once, and that was at a con once, and I played it for like 20 minutes with like people who were trying to sell it to me, and I was like, this game is pretty cool. But other than that, I've only put it together. You know what I mean? So I guess, but that's a fair point. Like we're not as strict with the grid system. And there's just something about there's just something about like gridless systems that really kind of like irk me when it comes to strategy. Like I like to know for sure. Like, and you could say like in real life, you know, you don't have that, you know, for strategy, but like I like that, you know what I mean? I like to know for sure in the video game where my hits are gonna go and what I can do, what I can't do, that kind of thing, you know? Oh no, not trying to make a point. I was just curious. Sorry. Yeah, we have a dry erase mat that we use. And I'll admit we don't always. Here's the thing, like for me, when it comes to D&D, I'm really into the kind of world building and the fantasy and the kind of creating an experience for people. When it comes to the combat or traversal, it's a little looser. But there are definitely scenarios where I will impose the grid really strictly. So like, for example, and you know, it's funny that you mentioned D&D, because literally today when we were cleaning up for Halloween decorating, me and my fiance were like, yo, remember D&D? Like COVID ruined that. Like that sucked. We had a D&D group that was going for like 3 years, and we had to stop playing, you know? I guess we could try and make it work over Skype or whatever, or Discord or whatever the kids are using these days. Definitely not Zoom. You know, we stopped playing, and it was a huge bummer. So it's funny that you mentioned that. I was thinking about it today. But like there was this arc that we did where essentially it was called the Beast Slayer exam. And to get into a certain location, or you know what it was? There was somebody was poisoned. I think it was my fiance's character. Her character was poisoned, and to find the antidote, they needed to create the antidote, and it was from this like near extinct species, and the only way you could find that species was in this exam. And this exam is kind of this like this contained like a battle kind of thing. Basically, they release like 30 people into like a closed environment, and they tell you it's called the Beast Slayer exam or Beast Hunter or something like that. And for each, like, you get like a fairy that kind of accompanies you, and for each beast you slay, depending on what type of beast it is or monster it is, you earn a certain point. And by the end of 7 days, if you've earned a certain points system, you become a beast hunter or beast slayer, whatever I think it's a beast slayer. I even made like little like verification cards for the people who passed. And the idea is in that world, you got certain job opportunities if you were a beast slayer, you know what I mean? And so they weren't really interested in that part of it. They just needed to cure one of their people, and they tried breaking into the exam grounds, but they weren't able to, so they just ended up taking the exam. And because it's in this kind of contained space, and because there was kind of a time limit of 7 days, I came up with this like little equation for how long it would take to get from point A to point B, what each square, how many square footage was in each square, on the grid, and how much time would pass with like the time that, like, you know, decision making time and stuff like that. One of my favorite arcs that we ever had, and it was a really fun time. But yeah, so that I heavily imposed the grid system in terms of like combat, whereas normally not so much. You know what I mean? I'm still in the multiverse of sadness. That's a pretty funny joke. I like that. I prefer the idea of an engaged, close, medium, far-range band system. Once Edge of the Empire introduced me to that idea, I was hooked. Interesting. Multiverse of Sadness. I really love that. That's so funny. Tabletop Simulator is probably my favorite, though. I played it for a little bit. I picked it up with a friend of mine. It's got some really cool models. There's just something about it that like isn't as hands-on, that I'm not as into, but I do like it. Me and an old collaborator, I mean a good friend of mine still, she visits the stream every now and again. I just don't see her streaming as much, but good friend of mine, Little Piggy, or Spooky Little Piggy, we used to play Tabletop Simulator every now and again. Love to play it again. We've done that on stream together. Excited for tomorrow's refresh and blog. I agree. I'm hoping that they do another sale. What do you guys think? Do you think they're going to do another sale this next week? I'm hoping that for the 1 year anniversary they have a really good sale, but I'm worried that it's not. When you watch What If, you'll understand why. I mean, I understand. I hear it's a bummer of an episode, you know? But yeah, so I'm open to trying new stuff, you know what I mean? Especially with Marvel characters. I'm definitely more excited for this than Guardians, although I am very excited for Guardians as well. That's kind of the pecking order is like this, Guardians, and then Future Revolution. You know, I'm curious about them all, but that's the kind of pecking order at the moment. And I'm excited to try something new, you know? They're doing a lot for the anniversary. It's pretty grim, but it's the best episode so far. Really? Not a boomer, just a sad episode. A boomer? You will feel sorry and depressed. Well, that's my favorite kind of media. That's why I like Bleach versus every other shonen anime, because it focuses on depression instead of victory. But I'm excited to check it out for myself. I really liked the last episode. I thought that one was pretty good. Kind of dark on that one as well, honestly. A lot of these have been pretty dark. Or I guess 2 of them have. What do we think about the exotic drop rate change? So for those of you who don't know, I believe the... So, you know, previously it was that exotics would drop once a week, you know, depending on the mission. And there would be a weekly refresh. You'd have to kind of wait for that. For a little while, a temporary amount of time, they changed it to 3 times a week it would reset. And the removal of that 3 times a week kind of frustrated a lot of players. It made them very upset. That happened this week. Excuse me. And today on their social media, Play Avengers revealed, at Play Avengers revealed that we're getting it every single day this week. Every refresh this week, I assume every say at 1 o'clock, we're getting the exotic refresh. I just had an interesting interaction between Thor and Widow. Oh, really? I love it. Very cool thing to do at the anniversary. I hate feeling like I'm only and I agree, Juan. I hate to feel like I'm only complaining every time we discuss loot. It's a good idea, but it really needs to be more than the priority mission. No, you don't. You don't need to worry about feeling like, what did you say? You're complaining. That's why, because I'll missay that sometimes as well and say, like, people are complaining, and I'll adjust my verbiage. Because, I mean, sure, I guess at the end of the day, it's a complaint. But, like, it's a criticism, and it's fine. You're allowed to have that criticism. You know what I mean? I know you still like the game. I have plenty of criticisms of everything I like. You know what I mean? So don't feel bad about, like, being critical. Although I feel bad too. Whenever I talk about like Spider-Man No Way Home, I've talked about this before, but it's so funny because, with Avengers, everybody's like, stop shilling, get better taste. And then when I don't like No Way Home, everybody's like, stop being so critical. And I'm like, no. But I've been in that position. But anyway, the point being, I think it's a valid criticism. Again, you got to keep in mind, like, I'm new to looters. So, like, to me, I'm like, I don't know what's normal for other games. To me, I'm like, this is cool. To me, this adds the variety that we were looking for. Definitely, I can see, like, maybe we needed a little bit more variety. But to me, it adds the variety that we're looking for, but I'm open to hearing other people's takes. And the loot goblin will have 50% chance of appearing. Yeah, I saw that on my walk to the bathroom. Thor asks, when you and Rogers disappear for hours on end, where do you go? Widow replies, if I told you that, I'd have to kill you. Thor then says, that seems like an overreaction. Huh. Very interesting. Maybe they just go fight crimes. I don't know. But then again, the stats on these gear drops are now curated, so there's a lot of stat combos you just can't get. Oh, really? I guess that... So I know that a lot of them are curated, but there's no chance of, like, the RNG giving you something that you're looking for, or is it that there's a less amount of chance? I think a lot of people agree that the loot, needs some changes in the game, whether it's the way it drops or the RNG on it. So I think a lot of people are in agreement with you. Get better taste. Where the heck does that argument come from? Silly people. MCU disliker. It is I, the MCU disliker. Dislika, the space dog. But there's a possibility that they haven't announced everything yet. Also, Priority Mission and the Loot Goblin announcements were 3 hours apart, so we'll see. I feel like they might be done with announcements for today. I could be wrong, but I feel like they might be done with announcements. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Somebody came into my chat the other day claiming to be a moderator for Crystal Dynamics, the Discord, their Discord, and they said that they were like gathering information from people. And they had asked me what I thought of gear drops in the game, what I thought of the sales in the game on skins, and there was some other third question. And I gave them my answer, and they're like, thank you for the feedback. All right, have a good one. And I didn't recognize them, and that was it. You know, it's possible that that wasn't actually who they said they were, but they just came in, asked that, and left. So if that's true, if that was a real person representative, you know, I think it's possible that they're trying as best as they can to listen. But there's a possibility that they haven't. Okay, I read that. If I understand correctly, because it's kind of confusing, for instance, the Captain America ranged exotic from the priority missions will always drop with the precision and cannot drop with might. Interesting. That's kind of what I figured when you had said that, but I hope that that's not the case, you know? Again, I don't know. I hope that that's not the case, but that's mostly because I'm being told, you know what I mean? I guess I don't really know whether that's like a good or bad thing, you know? I don't know. It's hard for me. I just need the roadmap, then I'll be pleased. Yeah, hopefully we get a roadmap soon. Whoa. Who wants it? I ate way more today. On a completely other note, I ate way more today. Last couple days, I've been streaming before like eating good, and I was like, ooh, good. I ate today, so I'm well fed. And hopefully I will get to finish my 1-year anniversary video for Avengers. It's funny because every day I feel like I have to re-record stuff, and you know, for the exotic stuff, I feel like I need to re-record an entire gear section. That's kind of where I'm at right now with my 1-year video. Is the re-record zone. Hopefully the roadmap contains year 2 of the gameplay. Hopefully it's September through August. The curation of gear seems to be an effort to encourage more hybrid builds instead of pure melee ranged valor. Unfortunately, hybrid builds don't do too well in this game's current state. Interesting. They don't want, or the assumption is that the development team wants to encourage different building of your characters. Is that like a rebalancing? Could that be considered like that? Like, you know, when a character in a fighting game is kind of like more powerful than others, is that kind of what that's like? Woo! Again, it's hard to say for me because I haven't you know, I'm new to loot, even though I've been playing this for a while. I'm new to loot, and the best I can say is that I feel like I destroy more loot than I get loot that I want to celebrate, which I think is not good. You know, I think I should have more memorable moments where I'm like, this loot is awesome. But most of the gear I end up destroying and kind of settling on a piece of gear. And I wish the game created more environments for me to be excited about loot that I'm getting. And then the second part of that is, I wish exotics would drop better and justify the kind of grind for them. You know what I mean? But that's kind of it when it comes to my criticism of the loot. Of the loot. Other than that, I really do like the loot. Oh boy. I don't understand gear, so I can't say. Again, I'm inexperienced with gear, but you know, I'm learning every day. Please tell me why. Get them both. But hey, you know, maybe this is a step in the right direction, you know what I mean, for people who want a little bit more from the gear. Not quite like balancing in a fighter, but sort of similar. We're having our potential gear limited on our end, but the content we're running with gear is staying the same. Got it. So it's not like the gear itself is being changed, just whether it drops or not is. Running as Thor? Should have been flying. Let's sip some water. Nothing like water. There's a lot of pieces with certain stats, perks that you can't get anymore. So unless you had them before, you're just kind of boned. Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I figured. I like Thor running. He runs in a cool way, and the cape is cool for sure. I just felt like I was moving slow. You know what I mean? Oof, oof. Explode. Okay. Yeah, you know, again, like I'm always trying to learn about loot stuff, but my general opinion is that I like the loot. You know, I like the kind of stats that are on the loot. I do wish that certain things would drop a little bit more frequently, and that's kind of the end and beginning of my criticism. But maybe someday I'll wake up and be like, you know, it should be doing this, it should be doing that. Who knows? We're gonna miss that that XP though. Jeez. I'm out of here. Ah! I got surprised that Suki made a Twitch stream today. Yeah, I mean, I had mentioned that earlier, you know. Some people feel it's giving into the demands of a lot of hate streamers, you know, and hate raids and stuff like that. So I totally understand. I mean, this is, again, I say it all the time. This is why, you know, not everybody agrees on the same stuff. I think that's a perfectly fine interpretation. I think it's a better idea to boycott Twitch, at least for today, to just kind of send the message, because I feel like that's you know, that's it could be a scary idea for Twitch. You know what I mean? That so many people are going to their competitor, which is YouTube, or just not streaming at all. But, you know, Suki does have a point in terms of not wanting to essentially, you know, giving into the demands. I'm feeling sleepy today too. I'm not sleepy. I mean, I guess I am. I don't know. Stay away. Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh. Anything that hurts Amazon for any reason is fine by me. Yeah, I can agree with that. That is fine by me as well. I hope you can watch today's episode. I hope so too. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for today's stream. I know that was a short one. I kind of cut it shorter here on YouTube, but I had a lot of fun. Water. Got to take the cap off. I had a good time. I'm going to work on my YouTube. Sorry, I was talking mid-sentence while drinking. Or drinking. I went to drink mid-sentence. I will be back on Twitch tomorrow, celebrating Avengers again. Yo, it's raining like crazy outside. As usual. I guess it's another storm. If you're out there being affected by the storm, by the way, and the I believe it's a hurricane, please be safe. I'm sorry this is happening. Please be safe. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today's stream. I really appreciate y'all stopping by. And we'll continue celebrating tomorrow. We're gonna continue playing some Marvel's Avengers. Maybe we might do what I'm thinking of is essentially doing an Avengers stream and then ending it with Fortnite. I keep forgetting to do that, but I want to play more games on Twitch. So I'd be down to start with Avengers and switch to Fortnite. And I'm trying to finish my 1 year video. And that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to eat some chicken nuggets and I'm going to edit my video. So if you enjoyed the stream, remember to check out my main channel. I make content on YouTube, just one word, Carrot Scraps. It's where I put my more edited and scripted content. And I posted a video this week. Every Monday, it's been for the last couple of weeks. I try to do a video every week. And this Monday, my video was it was the book club book. You know, we read All New, All Different Avengers, and I made a video about that. If you want to check out where I normally stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/carrotscraps. Maybe I'll stream more on YouTube. You know, it depends on how people feel about it. But I will probably be back tomorrow on Twitch. I try to do a Marvel's Avengers stream every weekday on Twitch. And all my other social media, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, are at Carrot Scraps as well. Have a good one, Juan. Thank you for stopping by. Thanks for watching this with me. Chicken nuggets. Fair tidings, young Carrot. You too, Bravo. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate everybody taking the long trek over from Twitch to YouTube. I hope you have an awesome day. I'm going to try and stream more. Once I finish this video, I'm going to try and stream more this week, just so we have, so we can celebrate for a little bit. Duck, Darko, NX fan, thank you everybody for coming out here. Hero, Mentor, I really appreciate you all stopping by. So I want to thank everybody so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.